defense with punch, right? So he grabs me to headlock and he's getting ready to punch me, boom. So what first thing I need to do is I need to make sure I address the situation with his hand. He's gonna nail me in the face. That's the first thing, right? So what I do is I grab the bicep here and I'm looking to catch it. So he's swinging. I wanna have my forearm out here, catch, grab the wrist and all this, right? Next thing I wanna do, once I attach it to his side, boom, I attach it nice and tight, right? Now it's secured against his side. I can reach up with this hand, grab his wrist, and I take this foot and I step back, right? What I'm doing is I'm creating myself some space to duck underneath, put his arm behind his back, shove him off, right? So here he gets me in a headlock, boom, I address the punching, right? Hopefully he doesn't get one on, right? Now I secure it to his side. Once it's secured, I reach, grab his hand, I step back with this one, right? Creating myself some space and duck under. And then if I want to, I can use this, just crank it up or shove them away and just get out of the way, all right? You want to see it?
I think we're good.
Okay, all right guys, let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3. All right. So boom, we're just gonna be grabbing and we're just gonna, it's not a choke, it's just, the only thing that we're doing is control, right? Like this, I mean, bouncers do this. A lot of people just talk to you dirty in the face. I don't know. But anyways, so he's grabbing here, right? And he just keeping me up, right? So this, because the next one is the down one, right? So what I'm doing is here, I'm gonna reach up and around, grab the chin. At the same time as I'm grabbing the leg, I'm picking up, and all I'm doing is I'm basically picking up, dropping, and then the idea is that when you're dropping him, smashing him in the ground, it's gonna release, right? If not, if he holds on, there's other things you could do, and we'll get to that like on these other moves. But so, grabs, he's just holding me upright. I reach, grab the chin and the leg kind of at the same time. I kind of scoot over, pick up, right? You can do this with big guys, like, I mean, I say you can lift up another 100 pounds over your own weight. I can pick up a 300-pound guy. I don't know, like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. You kind of come back and just pick up. Make sure you keep a nice straight back and use your legs. So it is cupping the chin, scooping underneath the leg, right? Boom, he does that. Boom. That's all we're doing. Try not to drop your partner, right? And we'll get to it. 1, 2, 3. This time it's gonna be like from here, bent over, right? Right? So keep in mind, here, right? The other one's, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna actually be grabbing the leg, right? And I'm gonna be, my other hand is on the hip. I'm gonna be scooting around, dropping, and coming up.
Yeah, I thought we just practiced.
Yeah, exactly.
It's almost like you have it planned.
Right? And when I'm here, the next thing I need, you keep your headlock, right? I need to put the foot over into the abdomen right here, right? Next thing comes up. Here, actually, let's back up for the camera, right? Yeah. Headlock, right? Grabbing the hip, pushing on the knee, right? I come around the front, drop over here, pop the leg over, right? Put the forearm in front of the chin. I start driving upwards, right? I'm driving kind of like in this direction, right? So here, so if you just pull up, you're not gonna break. If I just try and pull up, yeah, I'm not breaking his grip. So I'm driving in this direction here.
Yeah, I got nothing for that.
Yeah, so once I'm here, put the knee behind the head, pick the arm in front here, right? I start to adjust, pick this arm up, pass this one over, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this arm, so I already have this one, I'm gonna reach this one by the wrist, as he's grabbing, right? Grab, I reach this, I have this one under, I reach underneath the wrist here, I attach it, I pull, right? So I'm using both, all right?
No.
Okay. So I'm using both arms to kind of like extend my body away from it, right? One more time. He's got me in headlock, bent down, hand on the hip, right? Hand on the knee. I sit through, boom, step over, foot in the abdomen. Put this forearm here, right inside the chin, like right up underneath the chin, and drive. Boom. Pull this one across, right? Put the knee in front, behind the head. As I do this, right? I kind of adjust, sit back. He starts attaching his grips. What I do is I get this arm, I'm putting my elbow underneath his wrist, right? Sit back. Where we can walk around and do this move. We have like a super wide stance, right? He's not able to get around and put his hand on this thing, right? So what we're doing is a little bit different, same type of thing. Back this way here, right? So here, he's got a super wide stance. I can't get around to actually doing this, right? So what I'm doing is I'm still grabbing this hip, I'm scooping up under this leg, right? And then I'm shooting my leg through here. Same thing. All right. All right. So here, and then same idea. Boom. All right. Same idea. Same. Everything the same. Except for what this one is when he has a super wide stance. I can't get around the side, right? So what I'm doing is, instead of this, I'm grabbing the hip, I'm grabbing underneath his leg, and I'm shooting my leg through and sitting down. Coming up over the same spot. We end up here, now in the mount, but if he ends up holding here, what I'm doing is I'm putting this forearm here, and I'm straightening it out. We're going back to same idea. You want to see it? So this one, what I'm doing is he's here, he's keeping everything all nice and tight, right? So the first thing I want to do is I want to kind of like go between the arms, right? Scoop up underneath the head, right? So what I'm going to start to do next is I'm going to capture a little bit of his elbow with my forearm, right? And then I start walking this way, and he's going to put a lot of tension back. Well, yeah, that's going to help me. But as you're pushing down, you're not letting me walk, right? So what I do is when I have problems and he stops me a little bit, right? Like I just can't walk anymore. I use this, I open it up like this, right? So my hand is flat on the ground, right? And I use the lever of my arm to kind of do this, right? And I walk a little bit more, use the lever a little bit more, use the lever until I'm getting here. And then what I do is I go, boom, I capture here, right? Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start transferring over to the side. So like I'll push this way, transfer my knee up behind his back. Basically in a very similar position we were just in, right? Once I'm here, I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna capture arm, right? Boom, right? Take this one out. I'm gonna like start to lean this way, right? Put my hand on the ground, right? Start to lean my leg up over, and sit down. Once we're here, is it basically very much similar to this thing we were just doing. I like to take the elbow, gather everything up, boom, right? Make it nice and difficult for him, right? And I can see he's trying to hide everything. Capture underneath. Same thing we're doing is capturing underneath. Right? Peeling. And then once I get here, like I'm gonna be lifting. There's a lot of room for me to just kind of lift all the way to the side.
There's not a lot of room for me.
No, it's gonna be like, I think his elbow would be like 30 degrees backwards in that direction. Right? So I'm shooting my hand through, right? Boom. Right? And then I'm scooping up underneath the head. Once I'm there, so it keeps everything tight. It's very difficult for me to grab, right? So what I need to do, in this case, he's keeping his elbows too tight. I get this and I choke him. Right? So he's keeping everything a little too tight. I will get an Ezekiel choke and I'll choke here. But what he's doing, what I need to do is I need to actually capture a little bit of his elbow with my forearm. Alright, so once I get this, I want to start walking this kind of like in an arc motion like this, right? And I heard John Danaher, like I used to do this and try and aim with my fingers. John Danaher basically said, he's like, you're better off aiming with your thumb and crawling kind of like this way, right? So I'm aiming with my thumb this way. And then he also noted that like when you get here, like, and you can't do any farther, like a lot of times I get stuck here. So I saw his great idea of like actually lifting and using this as like a nice lever. Boom, walking some more, boom. Like you just can't stop it, right? Capture. Now you're basically in a head and arm choke. If you want to do that, you can. But if you wanted to transfer over to the arm lock, what we're doing is taking this knee, putting it right towards the head. Boom. Capturing, right? Capturing the arm. Right. Next thing I'm doing is I'm going to take this one out so that I can post on the ground. And I'm basically going to be putting my head almost to his leg. This will allow my leg and the back to become very light. Be able to actually sit down. Gather all this stuff up.
Yeah, as soon as you do that, I got nothing.
Yeah, it kind of crushes your chest a little bit,
Yeah.
all that stuff. I'll push down with this space right here, right? I can tell he wants to just kind of like let it go, right? And I want to keep this arm
Like frozen.
on this side, peel this, like so. A lot of times I'll have it just like this, right? And I'll reach underneath the wrist and like do basically like a, so if that doesn't work, and I keep climbing back and forth if it's a big pain in the neck, right? Like so, this happens, right? And then it slides this way. I'll re-grip. I'll just keep going.